I've got so many snacks. I'm hungry, but I don't have time to make a meal. So, snacks it is.
Yeah, I'm in the same position. I could maybe heat up my burritos in the microwave in between actions, but even that's risky.
I'm stuck between trying to eat more and not able to eat more. I need a carbo load, so I'm eating a bag of tortilla chips from Chili's. I've eaten about half this bag. They are delicious but not filling. This is the bane of my existence.
Fuck no. Offering you some jelly beans. It's based off a super dumb video. Hold on, let me. Just some guy talking to the microphone and just saying, "Do you want some jelly beans?"
Oh.
Yeah.
Tales of our endeavors proliferate.
Boom. This is very exciting music.
It is?
Yeah.
Quite.
Anybody else here play Deep Rock Galactic?
I hear about the game on and off from people, and I still haven't got it, but I might at some point.
Tanya was playing that all night last night.
Oh, it's so good. I keep getting back into it, and I'm surprised every time. Just pleasantly surprised. It's like, I remember this. It was so good. I'll play it later tonight and do a screen share. I will show you.
I will watch, yeah.
Okay.
Okay. I don't know who I've shared I know I've shared it with some, but my shower troubles.
Oh,
I haven't had a working shower for a while.
I think I might have heard about it. No, I don't. I think I have.
I know I've told Zim, but I don't know if I've told anyone else.
That'd do it.
Wait, tell me what?
The shower.
Oh, yeah. That's still not fixed?
Well, as of today, it is finally done.
Oh! I thought it was supposed to be done last Monday.
It was supposed to be done 2 months ago, then 6 weeks ago, then 4, then 3, then 2, then 1, and now it's finally done.
Woot!
Yeah, it had delay after delay after delay. Ultimately,
have you taken a shower in it yet?
No, because I had to immediately get home from work and come here.
Buddy, oh pal, you're gonna have a grand old time, I imagine.
Yeah, I hope nothing suddenly goes wrong when I try to take a shower.
Knock on wood right now.
Yeah,
Thank
real
you.
wood, not that corkboard wood.
I mean, cardboard's technically wood. I accept that.
It's more wood than cardboard. I meant corkboard.
It's true. Cork is like the essence of wood.
Yeah. It's the lost hopes and dreams of wood.
It took 4 months for this to be done.
Shush.
Yeah. We had an
Alright.
upstairs shower that... I'll stop you with it.
Alright, hello everybody, and welcome to the stream. I am Raw Zim, and this is Sounds of Metal Lancer. I will leave it to Dova for recap and whatnot.
So, last week, big quotation marks, because we haven't been here for 2 weeks, because I had work until like
Last session.
2 hours from now for 2 weeks. Last session we played, you guys had retrieved a key of sorts. It's not an actual key. It's an orb about the size of a volleyball, made of this impossibly light, kind of faintly vibrating and humming metal. Little carvings and decorations on it, almost like a little Christmas ornament. But they're kind of strange swirling patterns with no real sort of substance to them. There's no like iconography or depictions on it. It's just kind of swirling shapes and color, or not colors, just shapes really. But after retrieving it, you made a hasty escape out of the wrecked, crashed ship before it kind of dematerialized, and the empty space that was the ship's kind of strangely warped hulls had returned to the stone of the mountain that it was currently embedded in. As you guys made your way out of the glacier, back into the freezing wastes, and over the course of a day or so, finally made your way back to the ship. The ship had been kind of idling, and so with a little bit of pomp and circumstance, you start to get the engines and subsystems running again, warmed up, de-iced, primed and ready to go. And with little preamble, the ship's thrusters rumble to life beneath you as the ship kind of lurches and almost reluctantly gets off the ground and starts heading into orbit, burning for about 10 minutes or so before finally finding yourself kind of safely in space. What are you guys doing? Aside from doing some bunches of relicensing and sending out requests for licenses, stuff like that.
Drinking coffee.
Of course. It's not as good.
Glaring at the coffee drinker.
Eating one of my burgers.
Alright.
Why isn't it as good? Oh yeah, it hasn't been fixed yet, has
It
it?
hasn't been fixed yet, no.
The value of this coffee has gone down.
Mm.
You know, I could probably take a look at that if you want.
Last time you took it look at something was the reason this coffee sucks, as I am told is the word to use.
Nah, I'm sure I can fix it.
I don't want you fixing anything at this moment.
My camera will just shrug and go back to his burger.
She's just glaring at him, but drinking the coffee and her face just... It's like if you step in something wet and you don't realize it's wet, but you're wearing a sock like that. Ugh. But right now, she's just so addicted to it, she can't, like, stop. She's, like, passive-aggressively petting Bubbles.
Fair enough.
What the hell? Okay, I'll be right back.
Alright. It's a dang cat. Or whatever. Dog.
No, I heard booms outside, but somebody's shooting off fireworks.
Wow, on August 7th.
Yeah,
They must just have some leftovers.
No, they've been firing them off for 3 months now.
Jesus. All of summer is Independence Day.
Mm-hmm.
We've
It
been
sounded like a
having that
drum.
at work as well. It's been
It's a bit
really
annoying.
annoying. Especially when, you know, the student, or not even the students, some random kids from nearby come on campus just to set off fireworks.
Wow.
Like, fine, do whatever you want elsewhere, but stay off my damn campus.
Up here, they sell fireworks year-round, so it's like they have an abundance of ammo.
Right. We had a reprise, but it was a state-allowed reprise.
Hmm.
Yeah, because
So,
Utah's got a fake
few-
holiday called Pioneer Day, which is on the 24th of July, which is also a holiday for fireworks.
So a few hours after you leave the planet, you, Firefly, are summoned into the secret box, that cargo container that basically briefed you on what exactly you were going after.
I go in.
All right. Door closes behind you, and you are greeted with that same sort of silhouette on one of the walls. It says, "I see you've succeeded. Trusted it wasn't too hard."
It wasn't as complicated as I thought, though there were some issues, but we seemed to resolve them.
It's good to hear. I'll give you the coordinates for when the actual gate appears. The time that we're predicting, you've got about 2 days to make it to the point. Once there, you'll have about 10 to 15 minutes before the door closes. From an initial expedition, we know that time slows down when inside. But we don't know by how much. So those 15 minutes may be 15 hours or 15 days, even 15 years. I know it doesn't sound like a good idea, but let me sweeten the deal with the following. 1 billion mana apiece.
That is a high profitable number. What are the risks?
being stuck inside the metaval.
Seems acceptable.
Feel free to let your crew know.
I shall inform them of the risks and the rewards. We do not like to fly in blind. Is there any other information we should know about this?
The only thing you need to do is leave the manifold to get that bonus.
So we go, we leave, we get paid.
Exactly.
Easy. How many people know of this?
Only those that need to.
Understood.
Mm-hmm.
I assume the payment will actually be payment and not some form of bonds or levies.
Valuable minerals, tested to be solid over 100 years. Nothing like that Oganesson that you recovered.
Yes. Or wrapped up in stocks and bonds.
No. Pure. And in a one-time transaction. Tax-free as well.
Now, is it you that are giving us this mission, or is there a secondary benefactor?
I'm not at liberty to say.
Understood. So normal business as always that I deal with.
Of course. I've made the arrangements to have everything recorded with your systems already. All we need is those recordings.
Acceptable.
Anything else you find inside, you may keep.
We shall undertake this.
Alright. The transmission kind of blinks out.
She's
During... Sorry, I didn't want to interrupt, but during that, Make Hammer got to work on the coffee machine.
Okay.
That would be a
far as you're aware,
24 for hacker fix.
As far as you're aware, the coffee machine is perfectly functional, actually.
Then he's gonna try and hack it for making it better.
How well does McHammer know how to make coffee?
He knows nothing about coffee. When he drinks it, it often is out of a greasy cup, so it's got, you know, a little bit of grease in there. A little bit of motor oil, you know. So he knows nothing about coffee, but...
Flat D20 roll, then.
You're going to be sent in a vacuum space.
You'd be smart enough to know that you don't know where to start. You know how and what the machine does. You're not sure how it might relate to better coffee. So you can take the choice to say, best not to mess with it.
Yeah, he's not messing with it.
All right.
Wise move.
My first roll was an 18, and then it's a 2 and a 1. Come on.
Gotta balance.
As you're heading out of the booth, you're in the cargo bay. As you see watchtower with a large sort of insulated duffel bag getting strapped onto his mech. He looks over at you and very plainly says, "I've got to take care of something. Sorry I couldn't be with you all the way." As he kind of straps in, the top of the front of the mech kind of clamshelling shut and kind of hissing and groaning as it starts up its internal systems. Seems that he's aiming to leave. Do you stop him?
I don't. Only McHammer sees this, right?
No, this would be you, Firefly.
Oh, she would go. That is understandable. I was aware that you would not be part of this crew for much longer, though it has been, what is the word? Pleasurable to have your acquaintance on board, and you are always welcome to come back. Feel free to contact me if you need any help.
He gives a very simple nod.
She would probably like shake his hand and be like a courteous captain.
Offer it out, and there's a slight pause before the mech kind of pivots open and reaches his hand out and shakes it before suiting back up and taking a few steps towards the large cargo ramp.
She would say, and just make sure that no one undervalues your current value. It's higher than you expect.
If I've learned nothing, it's that I should get paid up front.
Very wise words. She just nods.
All right. Are you wearing a hard suit at all?
Yes.
Okay. He's gonna interface with the systems, suck all the air out, and then, without any more goodbyes, he kind of just hops out, and the very souped up EVA thrusters start to carry him along, opposite to your intended direction. And he's out.
She'll stand there for a while, unblinking, unmoving, before shutting the door.
McHammer's gonna be bored at this point and start setting up more booby traps.
All right.
Specifically making sure not to target, the captain this time.
Okay.
Wise move there.
Tanuki is going
This
to.
time.
Tanuki's going to scour her quarters for a particular magazine that has appeared to have gone missing.
Magazine
Isn't
like
that the data pad that's been moving between universes?
Yes, that.
24 for invent or create for the, booby
for
traps.
inventive traps. Okay. Go ahead and think of a very, very non-lethal one. And I'd say you'd have the know-how to be able to make it work well. How many emails for? Okay.
It's your standard booby trap, but he replaces the explosives with a confetti cannon.
Give me a skill check, Tanuki. To kind of scour and be able to find it.
Now, I believe with the modifier would be a 13.
All right. As you're looking around for it, thinking, and you guys are in zero gravity right now, by the way. The gravity generator is still broken. But Tanuki, you're looking around, you're kind of floating, you're looking upside down, and oh, there it is. It the little data pad got kind of wedged in between two of the like the underside of the large couch. There's like a little flap of fabric, and it got it kind of wormed itself in there. Just kind of reach in, start pulling it out, and yep, no, it's definitely it.
Huh. Well, out of character, I guess it's not left the universe. Or came back or something.
It was copied.
Oh,
It just goes between universes now.
I see.
In fact, isn't it that it's now got more data on it, and some of it looks like it should be drawn art, but it's really high quality.
Yeah. It's like just like 3D gen art.
And it
As
As
also
far as
keeps
you're aware, those
expanding.
things aren't real.
Yeah, it's definitely some like furry weird stuff.
Mhm.
Some prime like Horus art.
Yeah, I could see some
People being into that.
protogen maybe.
Yeah. But yeah, there's a bunch of like new like magazines and comics and stuff on it. But anyways, as you're kind of wiggling yourself in there to actually kind of pull it out, you bump against the wall and you hear like a faint click and a little, almost like a sizzle of a small little arc of electricity just behind the wall.
Oh,
After
That's-
after a few moments, you kind of just listening and smelling for anything burnt, but you don't smell anything.
yeah. She will have known booby traps are a general risk, so that has her immediately on guard.
Mhm.
But she'll take some sort of pencil or tablet pen, whatever she has on hand, a hairpin maybe,
Mhm.
and very cautiously try to poke it in and see if anything happens.
Okay. Kind of find a seam in the wall and just
Mhm.
poke something in. Very, very cautious, and you feel it kind of scrape against some of the internal workings of the wall and kind of the empty space. But I mean, you don't get shocked, and nothing really happens.
Okay, well, she'll leave well enough alone at that point.
All right. Firefly, as you're just kind of settling back down into the captain's seat, a fresh cup of, it tastes a little bit different than it did a little while ago. You're not sure how, but it's maybe it's just your mind playing tricks on you. But you've got it kind of set up in a zero gravity cup. It's like a sippy cup, basically.
Yeah.
And as soon as you like sit down and buckle in, Ringo kind of pipes up from one of the nearby screens saying, Captain, I don't mean to alarm you with any sort of like maintenance issues, but we're losing about 10% of our total power output to somewhere inside the mess hall. I can't quite, or like the common room. I can't quite pinpoint exactly what's doing it. It's nothing on file, anyways.
She's doing one of those longer than usual drinks.
You have returned.
Just downing it. She's just, her first thought's like, she's gonna ask Ringo status update of where McHammer is located to the vicinity of the power shortage.
Currently, my camera's picked him up in nearby Tanuki's estate recently, maybe 5 minutes ago.
Mm,
But I don't think he's been inside of the mess hall at the time that the power spike was registered. I believe that would be Tanuki, in fact. Though I didn't notice anything strange.
odd. Okay, thank you. And she gets up and she's gonna float her way to the mess hall to investigate.
All right. Tanuki, are you going through some of the newer content?
Yes, I will have tried to seclude myself away out of sight.
Okay.
Or at least in a corner if I can help it.
Okay. Firefly, you kind of float around the corner and you see that Tanuki is kind of using one of the belts on the couch to kind of strap in right in the corner. It's like one of those couches where it kind of goes along the wall,
Mm-hmm.
and there's like a corner piece, and she's just kind of sitting right there with the tablet.
Mm. She's gonna text message Ringo to find out like how close she is to the power surge, but she's gonna address Tanuki. Goes, how is your day going? Reading anything interesting?
No, I'm more of a picture book person, but it's going alright. Some weird thing was happening with the wall before, but I'm not familiar with this ship, and maybe it's normal. I haven't been on here long enough.
She like tilts her head sideways, like when you're talking to a dog and is trying to understand you, and goes, "Please indicate which wall, and what do you mean by weird?"
Tanuki will begin by powering down the tablet and tucking it into her bag. And then she stands and indicates a wall directly behind where she was sitting.
She will float over there and investigate the wall.
Okay. McHammer, I would need a skill check, particularly one with chemistry, to make that work.
Tanuki will keep a 5 foot.
Or would it be like with a projector?
Probably projector.
Okay, give me a probably inventor create.
Does my 24 from the other now work?
This is something different, I'd say.
All right.
I'd say for every different type.
23.
Jesus Christ. Yeah.
So you're saying the 24 from before does work because it's another check, you got a -1 to it?
Apparently.
Yeah, but yeah, that does work. Sorry, what was that? Firefly and Tanuki.
She was just gonna investigate the wall.
Okay, go ahead and give me a skill check.
Would investigate actually work?
Absolutely, it would.
Okay. Why are you not picking the dragon? Okay. I don't know what that is. It is 9 plus 6.
9 plus 6. All right. Give me 1 second. Okay. You're kind of very slowly floating up to the wall, putting an ear to it, and slowly kind of tracing your way around the room. Ringo kind of talks into your ear. I'm not exactly sure where you ought to go. I have no idea where it is. It's just in that general area. And as you kind of keep going around the room, eventually you kind of settle by one of the floorboards. It's a little bit grimy, but it's the floor. You don't really touch it much nowadays, now that you're floating. But you're kind of leaning down into it, and you can hear something. It's not like the little whine of coolant gases passing through a conduit, or like the very slight kind of gurgle from liquid water, or from any of the liquid fuels on board. It's kind of it sounds like some sort of machinery spinning up, and you hear kind of a clicking sound.
Can I like move the floorboard?
Your investigation would not reveal that's possible. It ought to be possible with tools, but like by hand, it's not looking like it, as far as you're aware.
She's gonna go, Ringo, what is directly under this location?
Let me check. As far as the diagrams from before the remodeling, nothing.
She's gonna say...
actually, no. I think it might have been. I think it might have been additional food storage. Perhaps a freezer, a deep freezer.
Is there access to it still?
Let me see. I think there's some latches up in the upper right corner. They're a little further than where your hands were working the other moment.
Alright, she's gonna go pop open the door, and then probably, I assume it's just like a deeper latch to go under.
Yeah, it's a pretty counterintuitive latch.
She's gonna open it up, and when she's gonna head in with just her butt sticking out, and she's gonna echo. See if I can do this.
As you open up
please.
as you open up the large the floor plate, it kind of unlatches from the other side at the same time, as there's like a rod interconnecting these two latches. But you can pull it up very slightly, and you kind of look down in the kind of fluorescent light of the common room, and you can see it does in fact look to be a freezer. However, there's a pretty hefty power cable that seems to have been kind of welded in at a later date, as well as a little bit of circuitry kind of where the power cable meets the freezer. You'd have enough tech know-how to know that freezer probably doesn't need that much power.
Yeah,
Return.
she's gonna follow the cord.
Okay.
Yeah,
Cord looks like it would have kind of curled around and gone up that same sort of wall that Tanuki bumped into earlier.
She's gonna yell from the bottom of it. Ringo, summon Mick Hammer and make sure he brings a torque wrench. This seems to be an investigation of a mechanical kind.
McHammer?
McHammer is currently working on a space Roomba.
It's got
Down in
little
the
thrusters
engine.
on it.
Yeah, down
Jim,
in
I was
the,
drinking root beer when you said that.
down in the engineering bay. You want to
Right.
roll?
No, this would have been on. This would have been over your comms.
Is no one going to mention it?
Mention
Shall I
what?
be the one to? Okay, I'll be the one to announce it. The pizza better have shrooms.
Oh, that. Yeah, I was going to bring that up. Thank you, Pallet, for that donation. And the donation goal is completed.
All right. So, McHammer, through the comm system, you hear from Ringo. McHammer, you're currently being summoned to the mess hall with heavy moving equipment required.
I'm
Do I-
kind of in the middle of something here.
So I should tell them that you're busy as usual, right? The current issue is currently taking up 10% of our current power budget. I've said current 3 times in the sentence, now 4.
I suppose I'll go take a look. He'll grab
Currently,
his.
it's interrupting the current.
Stop it. That's 6.
He'll grab his toolbox and head up.
All right.
Yo, Captain Person Thingamajigger. Well, what's up?
Captain would suffice for addressing me at this point.
Yes. Well, what can I do for you?
There seems to be a heavy-duty power cord floating through here, and it's taking 10% of our current power. That is not useful to us. We shall look into it and fix it.
I mean, generally, power cables, that is what they're meant to do, you know? They transport power from one place to another, you know? So it would make sense for them to be pulling power from, you know, the batteries and reactor off to the various parts of the ship. That's rather common, you know?
However, we are not carrying heavy-duty frozen meat. Therefore, this freezer needs to be operational at that capacity.
All right. I'll get in there and take a look.
Greatly appreciated.
Can make hammer even fit in there?
I mean, it's not that hard to get into. Once the panel actually pulls open, it's a fairly large area. You'd see that the door would be able to swing open if it were actually movable. It seems to be stuck at the moment. But you look in there, and yeah, your immediate assessment is that's a big honking power cord. Freezer should not need that much, especially like a vault freezer like this one.
Well, he will start investigating to find out where it goes.
All right.
You said the door is not opening?
Yeah, the door to the industrial freezer is currently stuck shut.
Well, he will try and open it.
All right.
I'm guessing hacker fix.
One moment. Do you have anything more physical based? Just sort of getting leverage to push it open?
I got blow something up.
So as you guys are looking at the door and trying to figure it out, a very loud thunk comes from the other end.
Okay. McHammer is going to start rigging up some explosives. Breaching charges.
Do you have that as your pilot equipment?
No, but I'm sure you can throw something together.
You're gonna need a little bit more time.
That's fine.
All right.
Captain, I'm gonna get some. Right? I'm gonna go get some explosives. We're gonna blow this thing open.
Yeah, you guys heard a very, very strong thump from the inside.
How far away from the are we from the mess hall to my quarters?
It would just be down around the corner and down a small hallway.
Okay, she's gonna go float and come back with her heavy weapon.
All right, I'd say that would take about 10 seconds or so.
Yeah, and she'll aim it at the door while she waits for the explosion. She's gonna look over to Tanuki and say, there seems to be a sound from the other door. I do not like random sounds. I suggest you prepare for whatever's on that side.
I'm going to stand over here.
That seems like a very tactical point. Your value has gone up slightly.
Speaking of, I will get back to you about my value.
Well, of my value, we'll see about that. She's standing above with the flamethrower pointed at the door.
All right.
You hear another loud thunk come from the other side of the door, along with a slight scraping sound.
That was enough force to actually put a decent dent in the front.
She's aware that Bubbles is left in her quarters, so she knows it is not her Bubbles.
Yeah, he's currently like he's curled up like in like the corner up between the ceiling and the wall, just kind of wedged in there and asleep.
Tends to sleep in the weirdest locations.
He'd be doing it if there was gravity.
Yeah, she's jealous because she can't sleep upside down anymore. Never mind that. Continue.
You hear another loud thunk, and a blade sticks through the door.
This is Captain Ali Starr. I suggest whoever's on that other side put down their weapon and back away.
You'll hear a understood, master, backing from door.
Rather cooperative. Not expecting that. What? Okay. She's gonna go down. Flamethrower still in hand. And just goes, "What is your name?"
My designation is Solitaire, Master.
What is your primary function?
I am a Chegorov-class domestic drone, Master. It is my pleasure to slaughter your enemies, serve you as best I can.
I'm getting a big Ortis vibe in here.
It's the personality is Ortis/HK47.
They can't see it because it's dark, and her back's facing the hole. But she gives a slight smirk when she hears that double entendre. Have you always been originally parked down here, or were you acquired at some point?
My memory states that I was part of this ship at first construction.
How... Are you able to open the door non-violently?
Negative, Master. Door is locked from outside.
Okay. I have my mechanic coming in, though it might be rather... What's that word? Explosive. I suggest, for your own safety, to back up.
Understood, Master. Moving to back of fridge.
McHammer arrives in a cloud of components.
He would definitely have grabbed more stuff than he needed to just, you know, open a door. You know, he always goes over the top with things, so it will make a sizable explosion, at least according to plan. The door might be disintegrated.
You don't seem to have a tack for subtleties, which is a slight improvement to your non-existent value.
Well, I'll take that as a compliment. Now, if you'll mind backing up, I'm gonna get this thing off.
She's gonna float upwards.
Blow something up, check.
Ooh. 10.
What's your max HP? Solitaire?
Max HP is 11. I did move to the back of the room.
It's like a coffin-shaped freezer. But you like press yourself against the back, put your arms over the various vital instruments in your body, and I'd say from the concussion, you're going to take. Go ahead and roll me 2d6.
Where did they even go?
Over here. 3 and 3. 6 points of kinetic damage. Or sorry, explosive damage.
Okay.
I think that's nothing. I think it's just kinetic. As everyone's ears are just ringing from the admittedly a bit overcharged explosive. But the room fills with smoke, and there's a brief moment as the fire alarms go off, just screeching through the ship before Ringo disables them automatically. I'll turn them back on if the situation is not under control.
Affirmative.
All right. As the smoke clears, the form that was currently entombed inside the freezer slowly starts to float upwards. Alongside it, the contents of the freezer, which were about 100 to 150 or so frozen pizzas.
were frozen pizzas.
Some of them are a little bit worse for wear, but astonishingly, they were so like deeply frozen that most of them actually withstood the blast.
Oh.
We could use them to patch up the ship.
Yeah, you've got about 150 frozen pizzas.
So, Pizza Planet joke?
Something about that.
Are they all cheese or different varieties?
Oh, plenty of varieties. You can think of a variety, it's there.
Good. I was going to say there had better be.
There better be anchovies, mayo, and barbecue pizza.
There's a crate pizza.
If you look in the Lancer chat, or Lancer channel, you will see what the what else was in there. We can probably pull out the token now as well, can't we?
Yes, I can.
The captain is gonna greet it.
Hey, Jaffer, go post that up in the tabletop images.
All right.
And she's gonna go. Like, how well do you look? Are you like worn, dirty, brand new? Like, what's the state of being?
Covered in plenty of chunks of ice, as well as there is one of the arms kind of limply hanging, clearly damaged by the explosion, as well as anything else that Solitaire thinks of.
Yeah, the tail is probably a bit broken. You can see that the tail was actually connected via power, so that's probably what was drawing the power.
Tanuki's gonna rush and try to get a better look, and kind of fawn over it without trying to be too obnoxious.
Firefly is just greeting Solitaire. It's like, it is nice to see a face to the, what's the word? Unnerving voice. Not my words, but coming from the basement.
My apologies, Master. I did not mean to disturb you.
No, it isn't acceptable. Though I will have to say I have no record or understanding that you were on board the ship.
My internal chronometer shows I have been disabled for 9 days.
That would be way out before I became captain of the current ship, so that is understandable.
Is the captain your master?
All organics are my masters.
That is relieving, and
specifically all organics who own this ship are my masters.
Oh, shame. How do I own this ship? She'll turn to the others to ask this.
Over my dead body.
Joint ownership? Stocks?
We will see. She doesn't have a first mate, quote unquote, so she'll go, if someone's value can exceed to an acceptable parameter, they will be the first mate. Though I will make sure that indication is well known. As of right now, no one's value is at that point.
Right. What is my value at?
She's gonna lean in real close and goes, your current value is higher than the other one, named McHammer. That is what you can take solace in.
It's pretty brutal.
I'll take that to heart. I regret to inform you I cannot help in anything coffee related, but I will see what I can do to aid in the maintenance of the ship or the protection.
That is greatly appreciated. Solitaire, what do you know of maintenance, or what is your main function?
My primary function aboard this ship is a concierge and culinary. I detected you spoke coffee.
Oh dear.
Yes. She looks
Is
longingly
there a problem?
down the. It seems the coffee has gone less valued recently, though I have no indication as to why. Also, currently, as you can see, we have no gravity. So there is 2 major issues. Coffee is number 1 priority.
Understood. Preparing coffee.
I still say I can fix the gravity generator. Just let me on in there and I'll get it going.
That's a 23 on culinary to make coffee.
So,
Hand brewed, not using the machine.
of course, you
horrible
start
stuff.
digging around the various ship stores, trying to locate where your personal equipment was, and can't seem to find it. So, place a few quick print jobs with the printer just to get the essentials. And after about 10 minutes, it finishes printing a French press. As you hand grind some of the beans. Actually, I don't think you guys have beans. I think it's just the pre-ground coffee stuff. So you try your best. But after a while of constantly spinning in place to keep at least artificial gravity on the on the coffee grounds in the French press, you artfully pour a steaming cup of dark ochre gold into the 0G coffee cup, putting a lid on it after letting the smell kind of waft through the cabin for a few moments. Taking a sip, immediately your first thought is, wow, that's pretty good. And your second thought is, this is at about the same level as what you remember the coffee machine coffee to be. Good stuff. It's lacking that little bit of spice that apparently the gravity generator gave it, but it's pretty freaking good. It makes you reconsider your whole stance on it.
I have found my first mate.
Tanuki will sigh, cross arms, and turn to said first mate.
I'm sorry, Master, but my protocol forbids me from being any part of management or ownership of this vessel.
Ha! Aha!
What a shame.
Would you care to make something a little more tasteful and perhaps tea?
Very well, Master.
Makehammer's going back to work on his Roomba.
All right.
He cares more about his machines than these computer things.
Really, any type of tea will do.
Fireflies at home.
So that would be a 18 to make the tea.
All right. This one's a bit more tricky since you don't actually... There doesn't seem to... Actually, Tanuki, would you have bought tea?
I would have a dwindling personal stash, but it has been there a while and it is not by any means fresh.
Gotcha. The freshness of the tea definitely seems to detract from it the most, but you make a pretty dang good cup.
It's been a while. Thank you.
You're welcome, Master. I promise I have not poisoned any food.
I would hope not, considering you cannot captain the ship.
You shall be my second hand, but not in the sense of ownership, if you can keep making this coffee.
Very well, Master.
The look for first mate shall continue. She drinks more coffee. She's in heaven. She may have showed a slight bit of emotion at that sip.
Anyway, I've been very, very, as you can say, hungry for something other than the meal rations you've had on board. May I partake?
Yes, master. Preparing food now. That's a 25.
Oh,
All right. Give me. I want to go into the actual spreadsheet real quick.
Pizza spreadsheet.
Let's see.
it's a pie chart.
Well, you can solve any math problems with pi and or M&Ms.
True.
I can't disagree.
But it's the sort of the domestic side of this is everything is culinary. If you even have like background character entered a custom one, it's a Chogarashcraft domestic drone background is domestic drone.
Uh-huh.
Fireflies in love. You just won this woman's heart with galactic coffee.
So
While all this is being prepared, though, Makama will receive a notification from Solitaire with some tips and tricks on how to better deploy explosives for maximum penetration in future.
this is some secret squirrel stuff. Some legit sort of combat ops stuff. But after tearing apart a good 10 to 12 actual like ration packs, you managed to scrape together what one could say is a very hearty, filling meal. You've managed to kind of making it all up as you go, cutting apart maybe 2 of the pizzas, have created a not fancy, but it doesn't taste like rations. You've kind of covered up that distinct kind of stale flavor that they all seem to have, and made something that you definitely would have paid for at a restaurant.
Ever since the donation, I've had a link ready, and it is now in the channel. I'm gonna share it for everyone as well.
I'm interested. Where is it? Lancer chat?
Yep. I'm also putting it in media sharing.
Ah.
For listening pleasure when it becomes an appropriate time.
There we go. I've correctly noted down that you have 150 frozen pizzas
Oh.
on the ship inventory. All right. No gravity. Cool. I would like to know, though, what did everybody pick for their 6th license level?
Darn. I've forgotten about this.
Hey, that's what this session's for.
Pop quiz. What did you pick?
Mine would have been the Vlad 2, but
Genghis
I think
3.
I don't count.
Okay, let me do that now.
All right.
I picked the last level of the Lich.
Ooh, I get
So
some
I have-
interesting stuff, right?
Yeah, I got Lich 3.
Mm.
It's also Horus, if I remember correctly.
Mm-hmm.
I had to update the inventory because you guys are up from 8.1 terabytes to 8.5 terabytes of the Space Bunny archive.
Yeah, I got some rank 3. I think I got its last one equipped to me. And I love it.
Is that the NHP?
It's NHP Dynamus class time split.
Oh, this bad boy. Here we go. That one's complicated. You read up on it really well?
I did.
All right. I expect you to know it a lot better than I do.
I'm pretty familiar with it. I gotta reread it. But when I first got it, I memorized it. It's just been a few weeks.
Fair enough.
So I will know it to use it.
All right.
She will also be looking and trying to acquire something too.
Okay. What would you be looking for?
I am looking for something special. I want to message you because
Okay.
I don't. Before I say it out loud, I don't even know if it's possible. Because if not, she's looking for something different.
Oh, in Solitaire, you're having a little bit of issue scheduling a food shipment because the company that you are used to kind of went out of business. You're getting a lot of 404 notices on all your bookmarks. I'm gonna say no to that.
All right, cool.
Hmm.
The second thing she's looking for is she's actually going to be looking for a specialized technician to fix the gravity jam.
All right.
She's
Go
tired
ahead.
of floating.
Go ahead and give me a check.
All right. I think get a hold of something sounds good.
Yes.
What's gravity? I don't know how to spell that.
Looking around, you're looking for gravity generator tech. OmniNet goes out for a little while, and you kind of lose the spot that you were at. OmniNet comes back. Still can't find anything. What was the total without modifiers?
It's 1. I had a +6.
Okay, so 7.
It sounds like my real life when I'm trying to use my work computers.
Mm-hmm. You do manage to send a few mails to a technician who seems to be based out in the Long Rim, but you haven't gotten any response back after a full day.
Gotcha.
Hmm.
Well,
But you're sure that he probably got it. He might just be booked.
that's all I can do.
Mm. His website is actually it's pure gold. It's like, imagine like early 90s website design.
Oh God.
Yeah. It's real bad. There's a low res picture of him, just kind of an awkward picture of him standing. But it's a guy with a it looks like in the picture he did in fact shave. You can't really tell because of the resolution. But he definitely looks like a kind of aloof sort of guy. Maybe a little bit of weight around the hips. But from all the reviews that you see on the page, it seems that he's pretty good. if a little bit unconventional from the people who have worked with them before.
Someone right up our alley then.
How's my camera's Roomba coming?
It's just about done. You're about to take it on its first sort of test. But you've outfitted it with a handful of very kind of weak little thrusters. It would mean that you have to recharge it every so often with just both battery power as well as a compressed gas for the thruster system.
He'd set up a recharging station for it to come back to.
Perfect. So I was going to get into next. Go ahead and give me a invent or create.
Uh, 18.
All right.
No, 16.
16. Okay.
Math is hard.
So, you turn it on. Nothing happened. You stare at it for a little bit and for a little bit warned. And then all of a sudden, and with tremendous, you know those like little sumo wrestler robots on like a circular rubber mat that move at about 1 trillion miles an hour?
Yeah.
I'll get you a video. I think it's this one right here. It's essentially it all at once. It comes on and then jets to all the various corners of the room on a turbo, just a ridiculously fast cleaning routine. The thrusters firing so loud it sounds like gunshots. You can smell the compressed gas mix that you used for the thrusters. It appears to be working a bit too well. But the little brush attachment as well as the vacuum are just doing work.
There's no such thing as too well in McHammer's vocabulary.
Scrapper is just squawking and screaming and trying to get away from the thing as it tries to, like, clean her.
That sounds about right.
Get away from me! Kicks.
So are they actually like being scared of it and actually trying to run from it? Would I detect it as a threat?
That's a good question. What sort of you need to actually load up your character sheet in ComCon.
All of my weapons are fold knives.
I'm aware of that.
What are these things?
Fold knives. Auxiliary, melee. I have them at thrown range 8. They do 1d3, they're accurate, and on a critical, I teleport after the attack resolves.
Give me a spot check.
Oh, spot's one of the skills I have.
That's exactly what I'm doing it.
That would be a 14. Oh, sorry, 16.
16? I'd say yes, that would be a threat.
All right.
Your targeting systems go into overdrive. You see, in the middle of preparing a glaze made from like cheese spread as well as a packet of like instant sugar and creamer, just instantly stops.
So that's 21, which means it would actually technically trigger the teleport. It just throws one of the knives across the deck without even looking, and then it teleports from the saucier station to the oven to check it. Just teleports. And then it walks back to the saucier station.
As I'm saying, it's going fast enough that it's not a direct hit, but it does sizably kind of clip it and render it out of control.
Cool.
As the robot goes into a failsafe mode, just shutting off, and as it's kind of spinning at quite a rapid pace, just in the middle of the room, kind of slowly heading towards one of the walls with a large gash in the side of it.
All right, and you'll see shortly after
I would like to. I just have to point out the fact that for Make Hammer, failsafe mode is self-destruct.
I'm guessing this is a McHammer self-destruct?
Yeah.
Are you in the room?
Well, he kind of just let it go off, so he's probably down in the engineering bay still.
All right, I'd say this was like one of the hallways leading up to the kitchen, as Scrapper was being chased because of all the dirt on her boots. So, Firefly.
That's a good idea. That's the range of the throwing knife. I can make it about halfway across the ship.
I don't want to blow up the ship, but that is how Make Hammer would rig it.
So, I'd say it would explode with the sound of about like an M80. The sound and force of an M80, because that's about the amount of explosive you could reasonably fit in there. So Firefly, as Tanuki, where are you?
I am back reclined in whatever corner I can find that has no cameras or whatnot, with the tablet once more and a slice of pizza.
Okay. Maybe like the cargo bay or
Yeah. I definitely noticed something has happened.
Yeah, you two would have definitely heard it. McHammer hears it, knows exactly what happens. You two hear it and can only guess, as you hear Firefly, you up in the bridge, and Tanuki, you in the hangar. You hear a series of what sound to be rapid-fire muffled gunshots from the thrusters, as well as Scrapper kind of screaming and squawking for a brief few moments before it just goes quiet. And then there's a little muffled explosion.
Tanuki's going to sigh, put away the tablet, and then rush towards what she assumes is the source of...
Firefly's gonna finish downing her coffee, sigh, and go towards the noise.
Ringo, before you get up from your chair, Ringo just says, "Are you sure you want to go find out?"
McHammer is also going to sigh and just get started on building a replacement.
She's just gonna go, "Not particularly, but I know if I don't investigate it, it will get much worse, like it has before."
Detecting high stress levels, brewing more coffee and tea.
All them hands, so useful.
I just realized looking at it, the character's a spider.
I know.
It's literally
like
a spider drone.
Solitaire is the MVP.
All right.
He knows what the captain wants and needs.
It was more. I found it. I wanted to do something different, and then Dover said its function has to look a lot less menacing. The first thing that came to mind is, Chef, what do you think he's going to do with all the knives?
Less menacing. It's for preparing meat.
Yeah. All the sauces.
I am happy to butcher, serve anything you desire.
And she's gonna go investigate it.
All right. You You see Scrapper kind of cleaning up some of the fragments before they get sucked into the ventilation system of what you assume to be a machine of some sort. As well as the... Ooh, what is that? No. You have not had fresh vegetables on this ship for years. That can't be fresh vegetables, but it smells like fresh onions and peppers being sautéed in the kitchen right now.
Oh.
Ooh.
You know it's probably not, but you know it's
We're
probably...
gonna be friends.
So can I roll like an investigation or something to find out what exactly made that boom boom noise?
Uh,
Or is it pretty easy
Sure.
to tell?
but you've probably got at least like 2 witnesses.
Alright. If Tabletop wants to work.
Mm.
Alright, there we go. Nope. Yep, there we go. 17.
17, all right. You can piece it together because I don't think that Solitaire would be exactly concealing about what happened.
No, uploading recording to your pad, Master. He's Solitaire's eye view of it.
It's actually
Motion looking at food.
270-degree view.
You know, I mean, for the self-destruct, it leaves no trace. So that is the only evidence.
So
Is
who
it-
blew up?
Hmm?
I said, so who blew up?
There's an unknown robot on board pursuing a crew member. Threat eliminated.
Except, would I recognize that as a Mick Hammer kind of thing, or does he have like a signature for his building?
You know what? Yes, he's got a large hammer insignia that he puts on everything.
Yeah.
Granted, you know, after it explodes and, you know, goes into that...
That was your signature. It went boom. It's McHammer.
yeah.
Yeah, that's what her first thought was, but then seeing his symbol goes, thank you for recording this. Though, we may have to prepare one less meal because I'm about to air eject someone from this ship.
Tanuki will step away.
Understood. Changing menu. One less. Would you like some assistance with that one, Master? I can absolutely make sure that they don't bother you again.
So have I told you that your value in this short time that I have known you has gone through the roof?
Query, Master. Is there anything on this... Is anyone on this ship care about cannibalism?
Not that I am aware of, as long as it's done in private quarters.
Very well.
Hint, and she will lean into it. I have a list of private quarters that are currently unoccupied.
Poor Mayhammer. You know, he tries his best to actually do something helpful. And now he's being thrown out the airlock.
I'm just playing it up. I'm not actually going to involve in any player versus player. I never do that in any D&D game ever.
One less competitor for second mate.
That's why Tanuki is just staying out of it.
Yeah.
Letting it all play out.
She's gonna go find McHammer.
All right. You'd
Not
be able
hard
to find
at all
him.
to find him.
He's making a lot of noise.
McHammer, may I have a moment of your time?
Absolutely, Cap. What's up?
Yes, I have to inform you that while your creations are inventive in certain rural areas and aspects, I do have to remind you that blowing up on the ship is not preferable, especially in zero gravity.
Hey, that wasn't my fault. I built that thing to work. It's not my fault that somebody attacked it.
She looks at you like a 50-50 look. It's like, eh.
But don't worry.
Future.
This time, instead of a more large explosion, it'll just be thermite. So no worries there.
That is not any better, but I see that you're trying to make progress. So I do greatly appreciate that.
Anytime, Cap. Anything else I can do for you? I've got a great idea for this machine to style your hair.
What is wrong with my hair?
Oh, nothing at all there, Cappy boy. We've just got I just thought I'd save you some time in the morning.
She leans in closer. What is wrong with my hair?
Nothing at all. Just seeking to help save you some time. I'm sure as captain you've got a lot of, a very busy schedule here, so hey, anything I could do to help to save some of that time.
She leans in close and drags one of her really bony finger claws along his. It's almost cold to the touch. And she goes, words of wisdom is never compliment negative on a female's figure. Even though she's like 7-8 foot tall and lanky and looks like something from Your Nightmares.
He's not really fazed at all by that.
She takes note of that. Do make sure that you report for dinner.
Oh, right, that's the thing. Yeah, I'll be right up.
And then she'll go and she'll tap on her comm and let Solitaire know that remake that meal for one additional member.
Understood. Menu updated.
So yeah, Space Roomba Mark II is going to have a thermite, fail-safe system.
Jesus Christ.
The Roomba 2, the ruminating.
At this point, we just call it the Macama system.
Where's the picture of the Roomba with a Glock attached to it?
I was just thinking of that.
The first one was the Roomba with a claymore attached to it, but yeah.
Yeah, there was the fucking claymore. That's the one I was thinking of. Fucking hell. Anyways. Is everyone fully leveled up and correctly leveled?
Yep.
I am, as far as I'm aware.
Yes, cool. McHammer?
Yes.
Alright. Are you level 6?
Yes.
Alright, cool. That's all I needed then.
Do you need a roll for Space Roomba Mark II?
The ruminating.
I feel like you could copy it fairly easily
Okay.
and make a few small improvements.
Yeah, make a few small improvements. Like I said, instead of a claymore, it's going to be thermite. And otherwise, probably a little too much thermite, knowing McHammer.
Of course.
Otherwise, yeah. And then he's going to get started on the hairstyling machine that he was talking about.
I just want to put it into perspective.
In our ears.
Me. I'm eating a chip. ASMR. Anyway, so
No. No.
I just wanna. You guys are going into a metafold vault. This is like actually going into a real portal into possibly hell. You guys are kind of aware of the implications of this.
Firefly would have told everybody about the mission too.
Okay, so you kind of brief everybody about exactly what's going to go down.
Yeah, she would have told them over dinner.
Okay. Okay. Solitaire. What's the main
Yes?
course?
This main course is comprised of used pizza parts and spare meat. This is a mushroom-based pizza, thick crust, of course.
Mm-hmm.
No pineapples. None of that stuff on my ship, unless you wish to exit the ship.
You will no longer be on the ship.
You can enjoy your pineapple and pizza in the vacuum of space off my ship.
Hammer will eat basically anything.
Firefly has some odd taste. I already said one odd taste.
I'm pulling up something from my old Starfinder recipe roulette. That's a great way to find out what we're having.
Come on, anchovies, mayo, and avocado pizza.
And wasabi.
And wasabi. Gotta have some wasabi infused pizza crust.
I could probably go for any of these, honestly.
Right, this is today's meal.
Lancer chat. Ooh, look at that.
That's fancy.
On some regrettably instant noodles. You don't have raw flour to work with to make your own.
Shame.
Hey, they're still pretty dang good.
Once we get to a dock, we will refill with fresh produce.
Actually, Solitaire, you'd know about this. Back when you were the chef of this luxury liner, you recall there being options for having basically delivery pods that would meet you halfway along the route. This was along the space in the core system that you did, that you were kind of based around. You're getting more and more aware that you're kind of out in the fringes right here, and that might not be such a great option, but it might exist.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, how exactly do you word the mission, Firefly?
Okay, she's gonna.
If you need to think about it, I do have to use the bathroom pretty quick.
Yeah, give me like a minute or so.
You're gonna prep the speech.
I ought to go heat up the snack that I talked about earlier.
All right, we'll take like a 5-10 minute break. 5 minute more, like I think.
Yeah, 5 should be plenty.
Okay.
I had the random food generator up for Starfinder, and I'm like, I'm gonna need this now, aren't I?
Hotkey it.
Probably.
There we go. Coffee and cocoa cake.
Ooh. Her dessert.
I need to get myself more vitamins.
If we're taking a break, I might quickly grab a bite to eat myself, so I'm going to mute myself and be right back.
Ugh! Well, hello everybody, how are you all doing? So I'm really waiting for the day when Make Hammer and Firefly finally duke it out.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting if whatever happens. I mean, she did teach quote unquote jokes to her. No, her concepts of humor is shrewd.
I mean, he means well. Just not the greatest execution.
It means well, like moldy cheese. All right, I think I know how to word this. Kinda. She was informed that there is a time limit, right?
Correct. I'm sorry. Correct.
Okay. Did he say how long the time limit was?
You've got about 2 days to get there.
Okay.
And after
Would she-
that, nobody knows where the portal will be next.
Okay. So, what is our, because she would have asked this right afterwards, but like how far are they from that destination now?
About 2 days.
Okay, so
You know
she
that you wouldn't have much time to kind of divert.
Gotcha. So get in, part it wherever they need to, and then get out. So it's going to be cutting it on a fine line.
Mhm.
Okay. So it's like a death race, essentially.
Essentially. You'll get there just about the time that it is there.
And it was what, 1 billion mana?
1 billion mana apiece. Everyone that participates. It did come along with some paperwork as well.
Yeah.
I mean, as far just giving it a cursory read over, it looks pretty airtight.
Gotcha. And she would have had Ringo double check it.
Mhm.
Her normal captain. Like, make sure we're not getting screwed out of this.
Ringo would, after about a minute or two of looking over it and checking his database, he'd say, "Yeah, it's legit."
I'm back. Apologies.
Hi.
Welcome
We
back.
haven't started yet. We
Okay.
haven't restarted, rather.
I mean, I think everybody's here.
I think so, yeah.
So let's go.
Yeah.
Speech, 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 speech.
Jesus.
Why?
Oh yes, because she's away with words. All right, so she's gonna go, drinking her like 5th cup of coffee. Yeah. So I have turned in the mission, and we have acquired a next mission. However, this seems to be a lot more unstable, but profitable for us in the long run. Our current mission is to get to what that place is called. I forget what it is. To
Metaphor?
drop, to drop off an item, and then get out as fast as we can. It is in some sort of tri-dimensional rift that floats around the area. To my understanding, it only lasts in an area for a certain amount of time. As of right now, we are riding on a fine line. It's a very time dangerous mission, though the payout is 1 billion mana per person per participation.
I like risks. I tentatively am.
Now, I will not ask for anyone to join me if they do not want. From my understanding is, if we do not get out of that portal in time, we will not be getting out of that portal, and we will be trapped. Therefore, speed is a necessity at this point.
I can lend speed, yes.
If anybody wants to stay, they can stay behind. I will hold no, what is the word, grudges against them. I do.
You'll hear from the robot in the back. I will.
So I accepted this for 2 reasons. One, a mission like this tends to get popularity, and we could use the assets that come with completing such missions. And 2, the mana income is great, and we could use it for future upgrades of the ship and profitable futures.
As well as maxing out our licenses.
It sounds like a
like-
great adventure. Let's go.
I am glad that everyone is in here. She's gonna yell to the kitchen, to Solitaire. Are you in, or are you gonna stay and protect the ship?
My duty is to protect you, Master. Of course I'm in.
Hmm.
And the chance for slaughter sounds fun.
Acceptable on both ends. Then we are in agreement. Ringo, try to get us as close and as fast there as we can.
That's what I'm currently doing.
Greatly appreciated. She's gonna raise a glass to a toast. It's like, hopefully this will bring much needed information and, what is the word? Stories to be told in the future.
I'll see about bringing any stories to life, assuming the risk pays off. I do enjoy retelling.
Well, I guess I better go get to work on the engines then. He's gonna get up and head down to the engineering to try and tweak the engines for a bit better performance and speed.
All right. They are currently running at about 120% power.
We can make this better.
Go ahead and give me a hack or fix. Ooh.
8.
8.
Yep.
We blow up.
You seem to accidentally make the engine a little bit angry. It is running noticeably rougher now, and is currently at 118% power. You're not sure exactly what settings you might have messed with that exactly did that, but there's a lot of like weird sort of settings as far as like fuel injection, burn time, chamber temperature, and a lot of ones that don't seem to go to the right sensors inside the actual thruster. It's still going at a decent pace, but you know you're probably going to have to go in and clean it out. And by clean it out, you mean all those thruster injector tubes, and that is a pain in the ass.
Only McHammer could piss off a machine.
But it's working. It'll definitely be fast enough to get there in time.
She will not scold him. And I sadly gotta head off.
Oh, you gotta go?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, wait.
I'll send you a spoiler.
Gotcha.
For when next session arrives. And I figure, actually, we'd probably be ending pretty soon here. If you need to head off to get sleep, get sleep.
Will do.
It ain't worth it.
All right. Well, this is fun. Hope everybody has a good night.
You too?
Likewise. Take care.
All right, everyone. Thank you all so much for joining us this evening for Sounds
Actually, I did have something else for the rest of you. Get baked out. God damn! Ah! So, 2 days later, you guys all are fully prepared, kitted out. You've spent the previous 6 hours just doing nothing but getting equipment ready, packing food, spare parts, checking, rechecking, and rechecking systems just to make sure that they're okay. From what you've heard about Metafold Vaults, you probably won't get a second chance to do this. And as you all kind of wait in the bridge, with bated breath, visual sensors aren't picking up anything. Radar sensors aren't picking up anything. No sensors are picking up a single damn thing. But you're at the right spot. Just kind of floating there. Zero relative velocity with the contact you're supposed to be intercepting. The appointed time kind of ticks down. 10 seconds to 5 seconds. And 3, 2, and 1. Nothing. And as the seconds kind of tick by past that rendezvous point, you guys are starting to get this kind of nagging sensation. This feeling of, did we get pranked? Is this fake? Is this a hoax? Are we going to get ambushed any moment here? And you guys are seriously considering just kind of turning back as the sort of trouble sensors, the reflexes in your mind are starting to go off. And all of a sudden, almost casually fading in from almost like an old CRT screen, is gigantic, colossal door in front of you, almost just sitting there, as if it was always meant to be there. A colossal door made out of stone, metal, and wood. I'm going to post a picture of it in Lancer chat in a moment.
Post it in tabletop images, please.
That's probably a good idea as well. All right. I lost it. Womp womp. Oh, here it is. I found it. Don't worry. I found it. We're good. Everything lost is once again found. There's nothing more.
That looks amazing.
But it is completely coated in a almost shimmering kind of frosty ice of the same color and consistency as the ones you saw on that ice planet. Who would be holding the orb?
Good question.
It'd probably be Firefly, but you guys would notice that that sort of very faint humming seems to get a little bit stronger as the door appears. Automatically, a timer starts in all of your guys' heads-up displays, just saying 15 minutes, counting down. And that's where we'll end the session.
All right.
But the door itself is about 15 miles tall.
Wow.
Big.
Well, everyone, thank you all so much for joining. We will be back next week with more. Check out our website, zgfgaming.com. We've got links for our Discord, Telegram, Twitter, Patreon, all those good things there, as well as down in the description below. Thank you to my patrons, donators, and subscribers. It is because of all of you I'm able to continue bringing these streams to you all. Thank you again so much for joining for Sounds of Metal Lancer. I will be back tomorrow with Retrograde Renegade Starfinder, as well as, well, basically almost everybody that participated tonight. Maybe we should drag...
for real next week. It's going to happen. We're not going to skip, probably.
Maybe we should drag, what's his face in here for Starfinder. Bring Zerth.
We're already at 5. Well, 6.
Well, a cameo.
We're at 5 already.
We'll keep it at this.
A cameo appearance tomorrow, you know?
Oh, I'm okay with cameos.
Anyways, thank you all so much for joining, and I bid you the most fondest adieu.
Bye, everybody.
Thank you for coming.
Bye-bye! Ha-ha!
Stop it.
Bye-bye! Ha-ha!
That's it.
Bye-bye! Ha-ha!